Today I'm going to talk to you about the area of relationships. Now, even though there are many kinds of relationships, you'll find that they generally fall into one of these categories: romantic, family and friends, or community. Now, relationships bring us love, support, friendship, advice and guidance. We all want to be loved and to love. We want to know we're supported and accepted for who we truly are. The first type of relationship I want to talk to you about is romantic relationships. So your partner, your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your special friend, whatever name you choose to give it. Are you looking to attract that special someone into your life? Are you trying to rekindle the romance in your current relationship? Now, the signs of imbalance in this area of your life include, but aren't exclusive to: do you find that you're always attracting the same kind of partner and it's not working? Do you feel isolated and alone even though you're in a relationship? Are you fighting more often than not? Do you find yourself looking at your partner and wondering how the two of you ever got together in the first place? Or is your partner your best friend? Do you have a feeling of deep connection that goes beyond attraction and sex? Do you work through your fights and learn more about yourself, your partner, and your relationship gets stronger through each disagreement? Do you look at your partner and think how lucky you are to have found each other? Now, thinking about those questions, which group would you prefer to fall in? Sounds like a silly question, doesn't it? However, a lot of us, in fact I would say most of us, have found ourselves in that first group and stayed for much longer than we. Now, as with all areas of our life, for things to work, we need to take responsibility for what we have, for where we're at, and for what it is that's surrounding us. If you find yourself always attracting the same type, maybe a domineering, selfish, overbearing type, then maybe you need to look at what it is in you that finds that so attractive. Nothing, I hear you say. They just find me. Well, maybe, but I'd like to challenge you to take a look anyway and see if there may be, just maybe, something you're doing that helps them find you. It's completely up to you. I just know that I feel better thinking of it as something I'm doing, and so therefore that means there's something I can do to change it. Now, I heard something the other week that really opened my eyes, or ears. A lady was at a seminar, a relationship seminar, and she was complaining to the man who was running the show, and she was saying, why is it that all men start off wonderfully? They listen to you, they wine and dine you, they buy you flowers and chocolates, and then, once they have you, they turn into selfish, football-watching slobs. Now, these weren't her exact words, but I think you get the general idea. Now, the man running the event looked her in the eye and said, "Oh, you're a frog farmer." "A what?" said the lady. "A frog farmer. There are women out there that meet frogs and turn them into princes. And then there are women out there who meet princes and turn them into frogs. You are a frog farmer." Now, I'm not sure how this lady reacted or how and where her relationships are now. I do know that this statement made me smile and made me realise that I was in control of the way my men turn out. Now, let me just add that I am married to an amazing prince, and I believe he was a prince when I met him, and he stayed a prince, which you may put down to good luck, but I believe it's also because of the way I treat him and how we treat our marriage. I'm going to go all out and say that this also applies to women, or you men out there. So I just haven't thought of the analogy yet, but give me time, it's coming. So does that statement empower you? The thought that I am 100% responsible for how I am treated by my partner makes me feel good, and it can do the same for you. If you're feeling alone and isolated, then make it your responsibility to get the communication going again in your relationship. If you're fighting all the time, take a step back and see what you're really fighting about. Are you really annoyed that he leaves his dirty clothes on the floor? Or are you feeling like he's taking you for granted? You need to let him know that. And you need to let him know what he can do to make you feel the way you want to feel. Are you really annoyed that she came home late? Or are you worried that she doesn't love you anymore? Again, you need to tell her. If you're wondering how you ever got together in the first place, take a trip down memory lane. Repeat your first date. Go back to where it all began. Maybe so many years have passed since you first started dating and so much has changed. Have you had children now? And all you seem to talk about is them? Have a night out where you just talk about each other, your dreams, your goals, your future. Has life gotten so busy that you barely have time for sex? Schedule it in. You schedule meetings all day long anyway. Now, scheduling time for sex might sound clinical or unromantic, but once you get started, well, I don't think I need to say more about that. Once you start to take 100% responsibility for your relationship, then you will have the relationship that you truly want. Family and friends. Now, the importance of family spans across geographical, political, and cultural boundaries, even to include many animal species. Ideally, family is a place of security, comfort, love, and growth. Many people, myself included, say friends are the family we choose, so choose wisely. Now, it's for this reason that I group family and friends together. Other people may not, but that's the way I see it. Now, your family are your children, if you have them, your parents and your siblings, also your grandparents, cousins, aunties and uncles, your in-laws, and as I said before, your friends. Children need the love and support of their parents, no matter what their age. Remember, your children are always your children. It is your job to support and nurture them. If you focus on being a good role model, then you will be a good parent. If you teach your child responsibility through your actions, they will become responsible adults. Remember, you're there to provide a solid emotional, physical, and educationally foundation for your child. It's true that many people without love and support in their childhood have overcome their beginnings to go on to become wonderful people. But do you really want to handicap your child in that way? No matter what your challenges are or how many, just remember it's your job as a parent to provide security and comfort for your child. The same applies to your parents. They will always be your parents. They may not have been perfect, or they may have. Either way, they're yours. If your relationship is less than perfect with your parents, reconnecting with them will actually create a tremendous space for success in your life. Holding on to resentments towards a parent does more than just keep the parent in the doghouse. We get stuck there too. Forever the child, the victim, forever not having in the area of love. To forgive is not to condone the bad things that may have been done. It's not to deny the selfishness, the rejections, the meanness or brutality that you may have suffered. Forgiveness is about releasing yourself from destructive emotions and a harmful past. It is about you. You can forgive the abuser without condoning the abuse. On the other hand, maybe you have a wonderful relationship with your parents, which truly is wonderful. So make time to see your family, call them, keep in touch, organise a yearly get-together if distance permits. Family and friends are our truest treasures. Because friends accept us for who we are, we gain the confidence to dream big and to make it come true. We can even trust them with our most embarrassing secrets. What a relief it is for us to reveal our true selves to someone. Have you ever thought on how you are as a friend? So that's probably the next thing to consider. Now we need to nurture our family and friends and not neglect them when our work lives get busy and out of control. We humans are naturally social creatures. Solitude does help us focus on what we want in our lives from time to time. However, we need social contacts from our family, from our friends, to talk about our feelings, to hear another's perspective, and to live amongst others. In this busy culture in which we live, it is often difficult to find time to cultivate meaningful relationships. Because this is the case, it is wise to plan friendships into your weekly or monthly schedule. back to the scheduling again, I know. We all need others to interact with and share our lives. When you set your long-term growth plans, it's imperative that you include development of friendships in the mix. On to community. Have you ever thought about volunteering? It's one of the best ways to get involved in your community, and there are so many different areas that you can volunteer in. Most major cities have a soup kitchen where you can sign up to volunteer one night a week. Or what about your local animal shelter? Volunteering is a great way to give back to the community, as well as getting involved in something that you're passionate about. It's a great way to learn new skills, meet people, and gain valuable resources. Community involvement includes mentoring and sharing your time and talents to improve your community. With the internet around, there are so many other online communities and other ways you can get involved and share your experiences and share your expertise with people. So that's another way of looking at it and another thing to think about. Now, that's it for today's show. I hope it's given you something to think about. Don't forget to tune back in on Wednesday, where I'll be interviewing another wonderful person. That's it for now. Bubbles of love from me to you. Bye.